Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Sunday. As always, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we are back for another hello to the fans. This week, we have obviously our weekly power rankings. That's right. If you haven't been here before, this is where we take all the shows from the week. We take the fan ratings, we take the ratings from the watch parties, and we basically add them up, give some points, and rank the shows each week. We've had an interesting run. Oh, and before I introduce myself, let me introduce this gentleman. Will, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. It was a pretty good week in the world of Wrasslin. So it's a good week. So time to cap
Oh,
it off with some power rankings.
absolutely. Good to see you, buddy. As always, I'm your favorite host, KJ White, and we are rolling along. We are having a great weekend. You know, we had a little bit of downtime heading into a crazy week for us. So, folks at home, do keep in mind we have an unbelievable week. We'll be back tomorrow with Raw. Then we'll be running through NXT, both go home shows. Then we got Dynamite. Then we got Impact. And we're doing an independent show on Thursday as well. I believe it's night one of Joey Janela's spring break. We're
Yep.
doing in conjunction with Impact. Then we have an insane Friday. Starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and we roll right through. We have Supercard of Honor, we have SmackDown, we have the Hall of Fame, we have Rampage, and so much more, folks. And then Saturday, we hit everybody with the absolute most insane thing we've ever done. And that's we start at noon and we go till the wrestling does not stop. So, or till it actually stops. Hopefully it does
Yeah.
stop. It might feel like it's not going to stop, but yeah, we get stand and deliver. We're going to give some original content. Then we're going to do the Mania. It's going to be a fun day on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to kick it off at 12 again. We're going to give some more original content, walk down memory lane. We'll be back for the power rankings because it will be a Sunday. We're going to do a watch along of part 2 of Joey Janela's spring break as well, I believe. And yeah, then we'll be rolling into WrestleMania night 2. So stay tuned, folks. So much content coming your way. Will, we got a lot planned.
Yeah, no, and yeah, it might seem a little crazy and we might be a little crazy, but you know what? We do it for you guys. So feel special because you guys are.
I like it. I like it. Ronnie says hi. Gave you a like. We always appreciate it. That's right.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much, Ronnie. All right, with that being said, Will, let's get to these power rankings this week. Interesting week in wrestling. Obviously, we're on the road to WrestleMania. The other companies are holding status quo. But you know, plenty of stuff going on.
Yeah, and this week they're gonna have to really give us 110% because of the go home shows. But it seems like they're trying to build, but some things are a little good, some things are a little bad, and that's
Yeah,
what we're here for.
that's it. So, like I said, folks, based on everything we've been through this week, based on the shows, number 6 this week, holding fort.
Ah,
SmackDown comes in at a disappointing 6th place. Again, the overall vote was about a 4. Some people had 5, a couple of people had 3. So, not a lot of love for SmackDown, even though there was parts of it I really enjoyed.
yeah, no, there were definitely parts that I genuinely enjoyed as well, but yeah, no, definitely wasn't the best in terms of memorability, in terms of interest, and in terms of good booking.
Yeah, I mean, we had the Brock thing where Brock was hanging around in the dressing room, destroying everything. That was good. That was entertaining. That was fun.
Yeah, well,
Um,
always with Brock Lesnar, it's entertaining. So
right. And
that
then,
that goes without saying.
and I thought even the way they went off the air, Brock standing on the table, wants to get at Roman, but can't. It was good. That whole storyline was good, solid, strong. The rest of the show sucked. Bad.
Yeah, no, I like when we were heading towards Rampage, I was like, wait a minute, what happened?
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I mean, was there anything that stood out? I mean, we got Butch returns now. They took Pete Dunne, who was a ass kicking, troublemaking bad guy, and now he's just like your feisty little brother.
yeah, no, I mean, he seems like the one friend. I've said this on Friday as well. He seems like the one friend that gets angry very easily, like
Yeah.
jumps to conclusions so much. Yeah. What was a moment that really stood out for me? Ricochet losing twice to Los Lotheros. That was it.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about the fact that the IC title and the US title aren't even slated on our current WrestleMania lineup?
Yeah, no, I mean, and yeah, that was crazy. I mean, the IC title triple threat match is going to be on SmackDown, and the US champion Finn Balor is going to be in the Andre Battle Royal. Like, that is unreal.
That is crazy, right? I mean, the long history of the IC title being the best match or one of the best matches at a Mania, and that they don't even care. Like you
No.
said, yeah, Ricochet lost twice to nobodies.
Yeah, which means he's going to be fighting two nobodies on WrestleMania SmackDown.
Right?
And it's like, should we be interested about this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody cares. Why would you care? Why? What are they building? I mean, other than that, in the show, I mean, the again, Sheamus fighting some innocuous opponent, the same. Who cares?
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, a little bit of the build up. Their thing was meh. Not a lot of people love that very much. Did it do anything for you on that one?
No, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, I just don't feel anything for either one. I've had enough of Charlotte and Ronda. I've seen what she said before she came back, and it's just like, well, she's here for a check. So it's like,
Right.
I don't care who wins, and I don't want to see it, but they're trying so hard, but I don't feel nothing from it.
No. The other main match we had of the whole night, which probably should have been actually the main event. I guess it kind of was, depending on how it all worked out. But the fatal four way with the women, it was pretty good. I mean, it was
Yeah.
probably a high point for the night.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had everyone get involved and everything, and but it seems like a recent trend is the champions getting pinned or submitted because Sasha submitted Zelina. So it's
Yep.
like, wow, I'm really rooting for the champs in this one. Thanks.
Yeah, right. They're in trouble. It's not a good look. I mean, I'd be shocked if Banks and Naomi took it. I mean, to me, it's Rhea and Liv. That's where the money is on this one.
I'm going Sasha and Naomi just so they can um, give Sasha a win at Mania for once, and then Naomi can stop being another body in the women's division.
Fair enough. I mean, that's a valid point, and definitely a good reason to pick them. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, those are probably the two. The other two, I don't really see. I don't see them holding on to the belts, so they don't look very good anyway. And really getting tired of Carmella just screaming for no reason, so it sucks.
We're joining Corey to promote her reality show.
It's not even a reality show; it's a YouTube show.
Yeah, no, it's free on YouTube.
Just quickly browsing through some of the notes. That was about really it on SmackDown. Like wasn't a whole lot to dig into.
Yeah, no, and then the only other thing was I think Sami Zayn challenging Johnny Knoxville to win anything goes match, but we kind of already anticipated that it would be. I
Yeah,
don't
this
think I don't think the guy from Jackass would want to do a traditional
no,
one-on-one match.
yeah, I don't think it's going to be a technical. I don't think we're going to get Bret Hart versus Chris Benoit part two with this one.
Yeah, no.
So, well, with that being said, folks, if you're out there listening right now, by all means, let us know what you think. We had, based on the rankings, sixth place for the second week in a row. Goes to SmackDown. It was the least favorite show based on the fan voting, based on our opinions. And as you can see why, didn't do a whole lot to move the needle. So with that, let's just jump into number 5, buddy.
Yeah, let's do that. Not waste any more of people's time. Let's get through the list.
Number
Uh,
5, down one spot from the previous week. Monday Night Raw has dipped And yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, it had an average vote of 4 and 5, somewhere between 4 and 5. Wasn't terrible, wasn't great, but again, a lot of like there was a whole
Meh.
lot of hype and not a whole lot of stuff going on. Will.
Yeah, no, I mean, the top thing, which I think everyone went crazy about, was KO dressed up as good old Steve.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
other than that, I don't really know. I
man.
think we got Seth versus AJ, but we all
Yes.
knew AJ was gonna win. So
Well, yeah. I mean, and it ends in a disqualification, and Seth ends up tearing the place apart.
yep, and swearing on live TV.
Yeah, a
Uh,
couple times. I wonder how they feel about that.
meh. It's a third
Jeez.
hour. I think kids have been sent to bed.
Yeah.
So
Why is your child up? It's not our fault.
it's a school night. Like, come on.
We got the Mysterios again. You care? I mean, they're trying to build this.
No.
They're trying to build this up. Any excitement out of this?
No, like, and I would understand again if it was like another one-on-one match between Ray and Miz, but it's like Logan's just there just to be like, "Hi guys, I exist."
Right? I mean, he's doing his best. We'll see how he does when it comes match time. It's probably not going to look very good.
Yeah, no, he like because he probably didn't have very long to train unless like he got the call long ago. But we'll
Hmm.
have to wait and see. But as of right now, the hype around Logan Paul and WrestleMania seems to be slim to none.
Yeah, a little bit of a who cares, right? What
Yeah,
else did we get on Raw? We did get one of the dumber moments and one of the reasons why Raw probably didn't get a high rating. Almost beats Apollo and a sneeze.
a sneeze.
Um,
Yeah, which means Omos might have his own one-on-one match at WrestleMania, and who cares?
rumor, who cares? The rumor that we're trying to get Bobby Lashley back, but apparently he's still not able to return to action just quite yet.
Yeah, which means we might have another
Right.
jobber at WrestleMania. Probably
Right.
will have Titus back, Titus O'Neil.
Yep. Titus
Yeah.
comes back to fight Omos.
Hey
Uh,
guys, I do charity. Love me. Oh no, I lose. My bad.
but then we went on to Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Natalia, Shayna Baszler. I kind of like Natalia and Shayna Baszler as a tag team.
Yeah, well, it just seems a little thrown together, to be honest. Just like you're pressing the random button and on the tag team generator in 2K. But
Yep.
Liv and Rhea seem very compatible.
Yep.
Um, Natalia and Shayna, like, don't take this to Vegas. Anyone who bets on Natalia and Shayna, like, you're asking for your money to be gone.
No, but I think I mean, yeah, they kind of threw it all in a blender because they had to scramble. They didn't have any tag teams. So it's
Yeah,
so
no.
funny. A division that didn't matter all year long, the women's tag team division, nobody gave any squats about it. Most people wouldn't even have been able to tell you who the champions were. They scramble to get this fatal four-way in, but your IC champion, who's Finn Balor, by the way, and your US champion are not going to compete.
I don't know. Like, and that's a
And
shame
I got
because
that backwards. Finn's
considering,
the US
yeah,
champion. And
Finn's US, Ricochet's
yeah, yeah.
IC.
I caught
But
it.
yeah. Um, but and considering you lost a legend that literally brought prestige to the IC title,
Ah,
like, you know what I would have done? I would have had call it a Scott Hall Memorial ladder match and
yeah.
have like 8 guys
Hmm.
who initially don't have any TV time. You could put Humberto in there. You could put Sheamus in there. You could put anyone,
Yep.
even if Ricochet retains. Who cares? Have a
Yep.
have a big ladder match filled with spots
Yep.
and have someone get their moment.
Absolutely, Will. I think that's genius, actually. Why not? I mean, you just lost a guy that, was a big part of why the ladder match was as famous as it is. And I mean, you have that opportunity and you bring in a bunch of, like you said, guys that we're not getting a whole lot. Maybe it's a surprise. Maybe Ciampa's involved in it. You give us a couple pops. And again, it's a kind of a big spot match. Why not?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a real shame. And back on the women's tag team part, like I think we had like a little part where it seemed like Zelina and Carmelo were gonna break up, but then they're like, "Just kidding, we're friends again."
Yeah.
It's like we never cared about you in the first place. I don't care if you're separate or if you're together. Like,
Mhm.
get off my screen.
Right? Let it go. Like we don't care. Please break up because we're tired of seeing you.
Pretty much. It's just like, what do you guys have in common? We're both pretty.
That's about it. I mean, and yeah, there's not a whole lot of chemistry going on. It doesn't make a lot of sense, other than they're both kind of mean girls, and we've seen that routine before. But they're
Yeah.
more annoying mean girls than mean girls, so it sucks in general, to be honest.
All right. What else did we get?
We got Lynch, trying to build that up. Another match that they haven't done a very good job hyping yet.
Yeah. No.
Pat McAfee was involved for a little bit. Obviously, him and Austin Theory keep beating each other up. RK Bro Alpha Academy again.
Yeah. No.
Uh, more
We've seen
Reggie and
that.
Dana Brooke, and more making out by Tozawa. We can
It's
skip
worse
past
than Santino.
that. At least we cared about Santino a little bit.
That is true. At least it was funny.
Uh, so then, yeah, and then we jumped into AJ and Seth, which was a good match, the high point of the night. Probably why it scored a little higher than SmackDown did on the ratings.
Yeah.
But the conclusion is Seth Rollins still doesn't have an opponent for Romania. Well, why doesn't he fight one of the title holders? They're not doing shit.
Yeah. No.
Like, seriously.
You could have called out Finn, just being like, "Hey, I want your belt."
Yeah, something, anything, right? So,
Yeah. Call out someone who doesn't have a match at Mania instead of calling out people who do.
yeah, exactly. That would usually how it would go instead of trying to pick fights with guys that are already in fights. And the fact that the management even entertained, like, oh, AJ's out of the match because it was about the grudge. When you do it that way, now it's just like, well, they're supposed to fight, so it's a business thing. But it's actually two guys that are supposed to hate each other and had built this instant hate over the concertos. But no, just we'll put
Yeah.
Seth in there. You're just as angry at Seth. It's not a big deal. The story we're building doesn't matter. Let's put your grudge match on the line. Don't make
I
sense?
don't I don't understand.
It really, really doesn't make sense. But that was about it from Raw. My favorite part, obviously, was KO coming out. I thought that was hilarious. I know some people were like,
Yeah.
"That's not nice," but he did it twice. It was real rude. But I still thought I said it to you. I think on the show when you did it the second time, there almost had to be a third time with Austin. Like it was almost
Yeah.
too much. But it was one of the better parts of the whole show.
Yeah, I know, like, and I think that was why there was a second time was because, well, they wouldn't do it twice, would they?
Right.
This has to be Austin. Oh, no, it happened twice. Just so he's more of an asshole, but hey, I'm
Yeah.
not complaining. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, just quickly before we move on to number four, what a lot of buzz about the fact that Austin KO, the KO show, is going to be the main event of night one. What are your
Um,
thoughts?
my thoughts, well, that just goes to show that the card, without the benefit of the doubt, appears to be utter garbage. You need a segment to main event night one of WrestleMania. Remember night one last year? It was two black women fighting for a title, and it was very emotional, and it had the underdog winning.
Yeah.
What's night one this year? An old legend coming back with someone who was actually supposed to leave earlier this year. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a bit of a. It's one of those moments. It's one of I think where people get mad about the returning legends like Goldberg and stuff because here you have, whether you like it or not, Ronda won the Rumble. She gets to main event one of the nights. Charlotte's the champion. She picks Charlotte. They're going to main event night one. Uh-uh. Not today.
Yeah, nope. That ain't happening.
So yeah, I mean a lot of stir, but it goes to show that they're struggling to draw. Like they're using all these names and all these gimmicks and all this nostalgia to try and generate tickets and interest instead of just making better content.
Yeah, no, they're really hitting rock bottom. Like they need to change something now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll never recover.
Yeah, it's been an interesting slippery slope with that. So, with that being said, Will, that was SmackDown in number 6, Raw at number 5, number 4 this week. The honors go to NXT 2.0. So WWE really sucking the bag on this particular week. Hopefully next week's better because they're all go home shows.
Yeah.
Fans gave this one around a 6, so it's not so bad. But I was in with some heavy competition. A lot happens on this show, but it was all over the place. It was scrambled eggs from start to finish.
Yeah, no, and that's sort of what NXT sort of been like. Recent weeks it seems to be very good because it's entertaining. But also if you put too much of something and it's all over the place, it's just like what am I supposed to focus on? There's so much going on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crisscross and a lot of nonsense. I mean, the Braun Breaker Dolph Ziggler thing is excellent. I mean, it's
Yes.
cool to see Ziggler as the champ. Again, probably why it ranked better than the other two main roster shows when people voted on it. Um, I mean, we had an opening match right away with Roddy Strong solo. Good match, good pace, good battle. A little too short. You didn't really get into it, but
Yeah.
Solo's good. Solo goes over on Roddy. Don't know what Roddy's future is with the Diamond Mine. Don't know what his future is with the NXT. I know he re-signed not that long ago, but I wonder if he can renegotiate now that all his friends are having fun on the other show.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and I think Roddy will probably have a second chance over there with good old Cameron Grimes. But it's good to see a younger talent like Solo go over, and we're gonna have some young, elevated talent in there. We got Santos, we got Carmelo, and we have Solo, and
Mhm.
we have someone else in there. But I think we're gonna get to that later.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I'm all for that. It should be fun.
yeah. I mean, we also got mentioned that, and it was interesting that they announced on Tuesday, and I actually don't know what the outcome was, but Dragunov was going to fight Rowdy for the NXT UK Championship.
Oh.
Oh, so
Gonna
there you
face
go.
gonna face Roddy Strong?
Yes,
Oh, man,
I
I
should
don't
check.
know what happened there.
We should look that up.
Yeah, no, we should look that
Backstage
up.
again, they got this new thing where it's like the colorful lockers, like they're in a Nickelodeon TV show, like an after school special. So Indy and they're all still having this lovers quarrel, and they're all arguing, and who cares?
Yeah, no, I
Um,
don't care about that.
that's it. And then what else do we get? Not much else. It's just,
Oh, no, Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai won the women's Dusty
oh
Cup.
yeah, I skipped right past that. How rude of me was that?
I remember that, and I didn't even watch the show.
That's it. We did get the finals of that. Let me keep scrolling here. Briggs and Jensen are still trying to find girls.
Wow.
Uh, Braun Breaker versus Rude was outstanding.
I love how he brought back the glorious entrance.
It's
I
so
think
good, man. Like, why can't they just do that on the main roster consistently? It is really good.
yeah, I know, like, even if they're still the Dirty Dogs, I mean, the glorious theme was amazing. And I
Yeah,
love
I
how we're
mean,
getting a bit of that callback, and it's not like it's Dirty Dog Bobby Roode. It's the glorious Bobby Roode again. So,
yeah.
they should just stay on NXT, man. I think they're good where they are, both of them.
I want to see I want to see Dominic Mysterio down to stay in NXT,
Yeah, he
and
was
Humberto
good.
send him there too.
Humberto, yeah, I'm fine with Humberto, but
Right
yeah, Angel was good when he was down there too. He was a cruiserweight champion over there.
there, you go. So yeah, the main event was obviously the Dusty Cup. And surprisingly, um, Shirai and Kaylee Ray win it.
Yeah, no, good thing it wasn't the chicken pajamas. Otherwise, I would have flipped. So good to have actual wrestlers win it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was really disappointing to see the girl who's still ready for bed make the finals.
Yeah,
Wasn't
no,
exactly
especially
my yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
yeah, no, especially since we've had some pretty decent teams in there. I still think Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez could have definitely been in that final, even if they didn't win.
Yeah, no, they definitely could have been there, and I think yeah, I just don't like the gimmick. I don't like the chew gimmick. I don't like. I mean, Dakota's good, but now she's gone crazy. But not.
Yeah,
I don't.
no, it's like it's like the Walmart version of Alexa Bliss. That's what it seems like. Not you, Alexa. Oh, I said it again.
That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was an average show, but scrambly. Every like we just blew by it. But yeah, there wasn't that. That's how the show feels. So you just kind of snap through it. It's not boring, but a lot of the stuff happening is all over the place.
Yeah, no, and you know, it might be good for 12-year-olds who miss the Disney Channel, but for us, I mean, come on. But I do like the talent in there, and I like the entertainment, but it's just like if I wanted to see stuff like this, I could just watch reruns of Drake and Josh Dry Carly. That's it.
That's funny. That's what it feels like. I mean, that really what it feels like.
Yeah, so it's better than the main roster, but it's like you could still step up a little more considering what we had last week. It was
Yeah,
number 2
that's
last
it.
week.
It fell 2 spots this week.
Yeah,
Little
so
bit of lackluster. With that, Will, let's bounce on to number three. Number
let's do
three,
that.
the so the third ranked show from last week, we're looking at Rampage, which is down. That says
Wha
2 spots, but it's down 1 spot because it wasn't in first last week.
Yeah, no, I think it was number 4 last week.
Oh, it's up 2 spots. There we go. My bad. It was five. There you go. Up 2 spots. I can do math.
Oh, yeah, it
Was
was
it-
5. Whoopsies.
There we go. Now Rampage. So Rampage had a better week.
We've had, Lance and Dustin start off, uh,
Yeah,
and that was alright. I mean, we had Dustin take the fall. I mean, not take the fall, get the dub.
yeah. I mean, he goes over on it, Lance Archer. I was surprised. I don't know if you were surprised. I think the
No,
most.
I was surprised because it's like, with all this talk about his brother and it's like, you know, getting buried and everything, like, that was what I thought. I thought Dustin was gonna get buried to the ground. Because, remember when Miro left
Yeah.
WWE and Lana just got put through a table like 10 times afterwards
Oh, good
for
theory.
punishment. So that was why I thought, "Oh, well, Dustin's back. He's gonna lose," especially since Lance is supposed to be this absolute murder hawk. So, that was what I thought, but no. I mean, we did get to see the murder hawk Lance Archer as well, beating up a few Guardians of the Independent scene and then putting Dustin through a table.
He did lay a beating to Dusty after the fact. He definitely wasn't holding back. And yeah, he kind of became unhinged as he does. Beat up a couple of the Guardians, as you said. Uh, left Dustin bloody. Nobody really helped. Nobody cared. Nobody really stopped it. They just let it be. And then we kind of moved on from there.
Yeah,
So
so that could be a new rivalry for, like, the next pay-per-view, and I'm
yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
think
good
we'll
for
get a
that.
follow up. Yeah, I'm down. Then yeah, we got some backstage stuff. Then Fuego was in the ring. This was insane. The whole
This
Fuego thing was amazing. I have no idea why Fuego came out with a microphone. Do you?
yeah, I don't know, he was just like, "House of Black, I'm gonna kick your ass," and then I liked this, it had the spotlights go on each of the members, like, first Buddy, Brody, Malachi, and then they all kicked his ass, and then this was interesting, Dark Order comes out and just sorta stares down, the House of
Mhm.
Black, so I'm down.
I don't know. I mean, is it going to be a rivalry? Is there going to be some type of story or angle with this? Is, are certain members going like, hey, wait, we used to be a mean, dark, evil cult. That one looks fun. Why don't we join there? I
Yeah,
don't know. Like, I think Malachi made the comment of like, is this what you want? So maybe that's what we're going to get is a Dark Order versus the House of Black rivalry. I don't know how it plays out, but I wouldn't put my money on the Dark Order. Then they went out and
yeah,
lost, so it doesn't really matter, right?
yeah. No, what was it? 5 and 10 fought.
Nickel and dime, yeah,
Yeah, Fish and O'Reilly. For the
yeah,
Red Dragon. Obviously, like you said, don't put your money on the Dark Order, considering the fact that Red Dragon are, I guess, the number one contenders for the AEW tag titles, and then they pulled a bit of a Cora Jade angle and stole Jungle Boy and the Dinosaurs AEW tag titles. So the
yeah.
UE have all of the belts.
That's it. So the new, what they call themselves again?
Undisputed Elite.
Yeah, that's right. Undisputed Elite. So now it's the UE, which I usually said backwards anyway. So it might work out okay for me this time.
Yeah.
It was a good match overall. Back and forth, up and down. I mean, Uno and Grayson are pretty good. Or sorry, Nickel and
Uh,
Dime are pretty good.
Grayson and Silver.
Yeah, it was
I
silver.
think so.
So then obviously you said we got the Jungle Boy and his dragon. Yeah, all right. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. The show was ranked as 7, so I mean nothing crazy. But
And then we had Nyla Rose in like a
yeah,
10-second squash match. Okay,
perfect.
congratulations.
That was a perfect match.
Yeah.
No more, no less. We didn't need to see the nobody get a whole bunch of offense. Nope, Nyla just squish her, get it over with, prove that she's dominant, and let's move on.
Yeah, and then after that, what did we have? We had
Oh,
Swerve. Oh, Hook. Yeah, no, the
did we get Swerve before
certificate.
that? Yeah, no, we got the certificate.
No, I got a notification on YouTube about that exact segment. I almost forgot about that. So the
That's hilarious.
certificate of accomplishment, and yeah. So what's his face? Aaron got his face smashed through the plaque, and then we had very nice, very evil come out to try to curse good old
Yeah.
Hook. And then no, I guess your curse powers don't work on that kid.
Yeah, that was a funny moment. Does this mean at some point we're gonna get a Hook Danhausen match?
I would love that. Like
Really?
I would pay to see that. It would be so
Right.
funny. And yeah, I'd be
Danhausen
so down.
he couldn't figure out why his curse powers weren't working on Hook at all, and had a little peek at his fingers a few times trying to figure out why they misfired.
Yeah, just like he goes over to, let's say, Malachi being like, "Hey, do you have new powers? Mine don't work."
Right? Um,
And
but
then
yeah, no, I mean,
Swerve and Starks was next.
yes, we had the main event of Swerve and Starks. It ends pretty quick. Or not pretty quick. It was a pretty quick
Yeah,
paced match. Back and forth, man. Lots of energy. Both guys technical, both guys athletic. What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I genuinely thought Swerve was gonna get this one, but nope. Powerhouse got involved, and it seems like we're gonna lean towards Swerve and Keith Lee against Team Taz, which again, I've said this multiple times in the show. I'm down. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love seeing Keith Lee get taken serious now instead of the whole Bearcat thing, and
Yeah.
he's beating people up left, right, and center, sending people to the moon, literally and
Yeah.
figuratively.
There
So
you go.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I like the match. I like that it was athletic. I think the finish was good. I actually thought Strickland might steal the match. I thought he might take the W. He might actually surprise us, but not today. FTW belt stays with our boy Ricky, who I think is awesome as well. The idea of Hobbs versus Lee, I'm
yeah,
totally in to see those two big men go toe to toe, and I think we're in for a good match. I like Hobbs. I think he's underused. And maybe I don't watch enough of the YouTube shows to catch him, but yeah, I like where the story was going. So it was a really fast match, done, and that's what made it good this week. Not great, but good.
yeah. No, like this is what WWE needs to take notes from AEW. It's just like match, maybe like a 2 second segment, and match, done, and then
Match,
add
match.
narratives in between to make people be like, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah,
Let's tune into the next show.
absolutely right. So yeah, I mean it was good. Now we're coming back. The AEW's got to have a big week next week. I mean Friday, Rampage is just surrounded by a whole bunch of other things,
Oh yeah,
and I mean the good news for Tony is he put the Supercard of Honor on the Friday night, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on that show, a lot of big matches. So the
yeah,
rating war and how all this plays out is going to be real kind of tricky.
yeah. No, I mean we got the Briscoes and FTR. We have Yuta and somebody, but
Woods, I believe, maybe.
yeah, I think the last
Josh
name's
Woods is
Wood.
wicked, and then yeah, they got Bandito and Grisham.
Hmm. So
So
decent
I don't.
card. So yeah, Rampage really needs to step up their game.
Yeah,
Everyone needs to. SmackDown, and then of course Supercard of Honor, Rampage, and then we have don't we have a GCW show? No.
no, we're gonna carry it over into it on the Sunday, I think. So,
Yeah.
so we can watch talk about the Hall of Fame a little bit as well. There
Yeah.
might be. I don't know. We got so much here, so let's double check.
Oh man, yeah, that's insane. I mean, this weekend we're gonna die. But
We're
it is
gonna
what it is.
die happy.
We're gonna die happy men and one
We're
woman.
gonna
But
and one woman.
yeah.
Yeah, we got Rampage, Hall of Fame, Impact, SmackDown, Supercard of Honor, all on Friday night. So that's going to be insane. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm also ready for number two. Will number two from last week, a big jump, a big move, Impact, big one. It moved up
Wow.
one, but it made it to
What a
two.
huge move.
I oversold that one. I'm like Tony Khan.
We've had a big sign in, and then it's like someone like Bobby Fish. Oh my god.
That was not bad.
Not
It's
bad, but
more
compared
like
to the other free agents, I mean, come on.
there you go. So Impact happened on Thursday. LJ's show, Chris's show. They
Yeah.
jumped on that one. People liked it. Average rating of around 7.5. It bumps out, NXT by a little bit. Bumps out Rampage by a little bit. Decent show. Road to now we're getting ready for Rebellion coming soon. The big story, I mean, the opening match, I actually watched the opening match, which was Willie Mack, Laredo Kid, and Mike Bailey. Really fast-paced match. Bailey got the win. He qualifies for the X Division championship match at Rebellion.
Yeah, recent weeks of us doing these rankings and talking about these shows, it really seems like they actually build their pay-per-views, and everything they're doing is to build to the pay-per-view so you could actually, I don't know, buy it, pay
That's it.
per view. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's what
No,
I love about Impact.
you're absolutely right. Their pay-per-views deliver. Like so they have an idea of who's going to face each other at Rebellion, and then they give you reasons for each match to have something leading up to it. It's good. It's solid.
Yeah.
Then we got Heath and Steve Macklin. It was a good match. Um, yeah, I mean overall, then we had Rhino show up, and he absolutely his gore is still amazing.
Yeah, especially for his age. I mean, I never would have thought we would see that.
Yeah.
Well, see
Now
him
this
still go. My bad.
yeah, and we got a glimpse backstage at Heath trying to hype up Rhino. Rhino seems to be losing his mind. I don't know what this means. But Rhino delivering, they're in an old ECW arena and he hits that gore and, a big nostalgia pop. People are loving it. And he's still a beast.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say about
That's
that.
right. Then we had a big lumberjack match where the Good Brothers took on Violent by Design.
Hmm. I
So,
I I love the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. They were ruined in WWE. The Doctor Anderson and Gallows, remember that ring
yeah.
postitis? Uh,
Yeah.
but it's good to see them taken seriously and being Well, I don't think they're tag champs no more, but I want them to be again. Come on.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes, but it was a big battle, as you can expect with a lumberjack match. A lot of blows, a lot of punching, about a lot of rolls out, out of the ring, thrown back in. It was very scrambled, but overall, things haven't changed in that division at this point. We'll see where the storyline goes, where the battle takes everybody, but yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good, entertaining match.
All right, what
Anything to
else do
add
we
to
got?
that one? What else do we
Anything to
got?
add?
Then we had the big match of the week, which was a hell of a match. Why this show was probably number 2 this week was Mickie James, Tasha Steele, rolling and brawling.
Hardcore country. Let's go.
So yeah, and the big news from this, obviously, we've been building towards it. We watched what happened at the Crockett Cup. Chelsea Green comes out and stabs her friend in the back, and essentially has a big hand in Tasha Steele holding onto the belt. But Chelsea Green slaps Mickie. Mickie slaps her. They get in a brawl. It was awesome. These two women who were friends, and I said they were being way too wrestling friendly. So sure
Yeah.
enough, there we go. Now we're looking at out. They're no longer friends. Mickie still does not have her title back. And now it looks like Chelsea Green and Mickie have a grudge to settle.
And that will be one hell of a match, knowing what those two have been like outside the WWE. Like, I would be looking forward to that. That would be a dream match for some people, unless we've seen it
Absolutely.
already.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, that was Impact. People liked it. They didn't love it, but it was better than the other shows. And that brings us to the number one show of the week, everyone's favorite. And
I
as of
wonder
right
what it
now, it
is.
is the reigning, defending, undisputed power rankings champion yet again. AEW Dynamite just can't be stopped right now, at least from a fan's perspective. People want to argue, if it's good wrestling, bad wrestling, shit wrestling, whatever. But at the end of the day, the fans like it and they're entertained. And I think that's what matters.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It seems like Tony Khan actually knows what the fans want, and what better way to kick it off with the huge 8-man tornado tag. Well, actually, no. Did we kick off
No,
with
no, we
that?
kicked it off with CM Punk and Hardwood,
Oh no! Why did I forget about that? Punk and Harwood.
right?
That was also very good. I feel so bad for myself for forgetting about that. But
No, it was a great match.
yeah, no, I mean, if you looked at that on paper, you'd be like, well, who cares? I mean, it's one half of FTR and CM Punk,
Mhm.
but it's like, even though we all knew who was gonna win, it was pretty back and forth between Dax and
Yeah, big
CM Punk.
sharpshooter by Dax. A couple moments where you thought, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, no, and I said it before. It was like if FTR would ever break up, which I don't see happening at all, Dax would
Yeah,
be pretty good by himself.
yeah. I mean, he can talk, he can fight, he can wrestle, and he's old school. Everything looks good. Everything looks crisp. Everything looks where the way it should. When he kicks the guy, it looks like he's kicking the guy. It doesn't look like he's rubbing him with the bottom of his foot, for the most part. So great match. I mean, there's some beef or some heat between the Gun Club and FTR during the match, and
Yeah.
and then kind of a stare down after. I don't know what that is going to bring, but interesting.
And then CM Punk sending a message to whoever the AEW World Champion will be after the Battle of the Atoms 2. So
Yeah,
I can't wait for that.
interesting. Then we went on to the 8-man tornado tag, which was interesting booking to have it go second. You open the
Yeah.
show with Punk, you come second with an 8-man tornado tag with the Hardys. It's a little hard for me to understand why this was the second match of the night.
Again, I think they looked at the recent ratings and realized that most people tune into the first hour than the second.
Yep.
That could be the only logical explanation I can have, but it still didn't mean that it didn't deliver, because it did. It
Oh no,
delivered hard.
the placement wasn't the issue. It ruined the rest of the show. It did great.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
mean,
ruin the show.
we've had great spots. We've had Private Party send Matt off the stage. We've had Jeff that insane window dive into
Have
the
you seen the replay of that
tables.
dive and how it didn't go as great as we could have hoped for Jeff? Like, it was kind of a weird landing and
Yeah, no,
kind of
it didn't
more
really
leg.
seem like he got the blade. It seemed like it was all Butcher. Like
Yeah,
Butcher
yeah, right?
Butcher just felt it all, and Blade was just sleeping.
Just sleeping on it. So, crazy spots. I mean, even Matt taking that huge bump off the stage and got pancaked. There was some funny parts where we couldn't figure out, like, poor Matt's getting thrown off the stage, and then Sting, Jeff, and Darby are all fighting together, and you're like, wait a minute. But yeah, spot heavy, crazy match. The team that you expected to win won. Um, yeah, not much else to say about that. I mean,
Yeah, no.
if you're into a big kind of all over the place match, you were happy.
Yeah, no, and a lot of fans left happy. I mean, I think Darby's the luckiest man in the world, tagging with 3 absolute legends like that.
Right? He got the pretty good luck of the draw, right? So, after that, we got John Moxley, Daniel Bryan. So you can see why this was the number one show. Like, hit, hit, hit. We open with CM Punk and Dax, two solid wrestlers. Whether you love it or hate it, it was chaos for the second match. Then we got Moxley, Bryan, William, Regal coming out for the third match. Here we go. Varsity Blondes we hadn't really seen on TV in a little bit. And of course, we have the dejected Julia Hart, who's going
Yeah.
to the House of Black. I don't know why they're dragging it out. Let's just get it over with. I don't know what this is, but let's go.
Yeah, no, I mean, and they're calling themselves the Blackpool Combat Club, which is all right. I think that's a pretty decent name considering William Regal's roots. But yeah, so they got the victory, and John Moxley's like, "Hey, there's only one way to join us, and that's the hard way." And I don't know if you've seen, but I saw on AEW Snapchat story where it was like there's tension between Trent and Wheeler Yuta,
Yep.
considering the fact that
Yep.
Wheeler wanted to join the Blackpool Combat Club. So
Yes.
yeah, it's very interesting. All this Combat Club business and best
Yeah. First
friends.
rule. First rule of Combat Club: you got to get slapped in the face by Regal.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, they did a little segment where Trent kind of gave Yuta a hard time, wasn't overly happy with Yuta flirting with the idea of leaving the best friends, but you got 7 other ones. Don't worry about it.
yeah. No, I mean you have Stratlander maybe, and you have Danhausen. So it's like, come on, you already have a ton of people.
Yeah, you're good. Um, what do you think about Julia Hurt sitting around ringside, just staring off in the world, and the eye patch still, and where
I
are we
mean,
going?
it really seems like it's a House of Black thing. Like I said, the eye patch really seems like a callback to the whole eye for an eye feud between Black, Mysterio, and Rollins and Murphy. So, um, I mean, I don't mind it. I'm not the biggest fan of Julia Hart yet, but in time, I might be.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm all for it. I've been waiting for it because it's just a good fit. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, nothing overly crazy to report. I mean, obviously, Brian and Mox are going to be on a tear in that tag team division for quite a while. I don't think they're going to hit many roadblocks, and when they do, it'll be interesting. I just want to throw it out there again. I want to see Cesaro join, but that's just me.
Yeah, I want to see
Um,
him.
yeah, and then we got the MJF promo, solid promo as always.
Yeah,
Basically explaining he owns Wardlow. Wardlow can do nothing. Blah 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 blah. It did say that the Pinnacle is far from over, and did hint at possibly replacing Wardlow.
yeah. So again, it's like, who would be that guy to replace Wardlow? And then, of course, it was still like, you don't work for AEW, you work for me. So I'm going to pay you to sit at home until you're nothing.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, pay someone that cost you the biggest match of your life, who wanted to kick your ass, but you had the Guardians of the Independent scene, and who insulted you last week. Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, I mean, the cool thing was the 10 or 12 or 15 guys that were holding Wardlow back. Wardlow looked like an animal. Like Wardlow looked like if I could get through this wall of people, you're dead.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, it really sold us on the whole angst of he's so mad and he's been done so wrong. And the fans are behind it. They're 100% behind Wardlow. The Wardlow chants are loud. He's over. It's good for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, not someone you'd expect to have a chant for, but it seems like Wardlow's really, really getting some love, and he has the look, he has the intimidation factor, and also the promo skills, which we didn't know until now.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Then we got Lethal and Cole, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I love Adam Cole as much as the next guy, and Jay Lethal. Like I've heard some things about him that he's very good, and the two of them together is decent. But it's like Jay Lethal, I don't see the hype right now
Yeah, I think part
because
of
of
that
all his
has been his.
losing. Yeah,
Yeah, and the way they've used him in AEW, it's hard to really gauge. If you didn't know of him in Impact or in Ring of Honor, you don't quite understand. I really wish he'd bring back. He has a Macho Man gimmick, the Black Machismo, and it's so good.
but
So yeah, great match though.
yeah, no. And then afterwards, I think they called out Adam Page, and Adam comes over, and
Mhm.
this was the start of the Core Jade angle where Adam stole the world title. So
Stole it, ran.
even if we don't see the UE officially become champions, hey, at least we get to see a glimpse of them holding all the gold. So I don't care.
Yeah, no, I mean it's an interesting look, and I mean I don't think people would. I mean to see them back on top, I don't think people would that be overly upset about it, and then it gives them a little more serious booking. We maybe get a little more attitude out of these guys. It would be nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, and then we could be getting close to that whole UE versus Elite um,
Yep.
match.
Yeah, I definitely think that's where it's heading. It definitely seems like that's a possibility. So we will see how that builds up. Then we won't talk much about it. Sammy Guevara, Dan
Uh,
Lambert argument where
yeah, that was.
basically we shagged on the titles and you keep kissing it, haha. And then it's
Uh,
just an excuse for us to release more pictures of us naked and touching each other. Anyway, we went on to Red Velvet, Layla Hirsch. Not bad. And I was surprised, but Layla took the win, I
yeah,
believe.
I don't know.
Uh,
That's one I don't really care too much about.
yeah, it's still tough. I'm still trying to get sold on it. After that, we got Silver and Reynolds first, Jericho and Danny Garcia. I call him Danny Garcia. It's more fun. Um, and it was the debut, technically, of the Jericho Appreciation Society in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are your favorite stable, so it's good to see them finally
Ah,
debut. The sports
right. Finally get them in
entertainers
there.
getting the victory, and yeah, I could see a bright future for these guys, and it all depends on what direction they're going.
hmm One of the neat things I thought in the match was Danny hits the sharpshooter. Everybody kind of compared that to the fact that it was on the 25th anniversary of Bret Hart putting the sharpshooter on Stone Cold in that iconic moment where Stone Cold's bleeding and basically passes out from pain. So, yeah, I mean, huge. A lot of people are huge fans of Daniel Garcia and what he's doing. So, good on him, I suppose.
Yeah,
But now we still have the weighted heat between Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, what's going to come of their beef with Jericho in the group, but Jericho goes out there and gets a W. I mean, are we still singing the song though, Will?
yeah, no, I saw a video of like after they were off the air being like, when we're on TV, you guys get to sing Judas, but afterwards you're getting no. But when we're off the air, you get no song, no Judas. You don't deserve to sing because I love the royalties I get from the song, but no.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's kind of an interesting twist. Like, I still want you guys to sing along, but not. Why don't we just pull it all together? Because you're that much of an egomaniac, but you're that much of an egomaniac, you can't. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, Will, that was the bulk. Did we get through everything? Yes.
Yes, we did.
That was Dynamite. It was a good night. That's another week at top. Again, it was just entertaining, good storylines, good matches, but more than anything else, there was some good wrestling. Some people might say it's all shit, but it's not all shit. It's good.
No.
And the fans liked it. Average rating of eight, between 8 and 9. So you can figure it out. But again, I would love to see one of these other shows, especially this week with 3 go home shows this week. I'm looking for someone else to take over number 1 spot.
Well, I mean, unless you kind of count Ring of Honor with AEW, it would be 4. But
There you go.
yeah, I mean, yeah, this week I would love to see a different show go number 1, but you would have to do something big considering how amazing AEW seems to be doing right now. Unpopular opinion: Stone Cold isn't actually that good at wrestling. That is an unpopular opinion, but
It's accurate.
um, yeah, in ring I could kind of see that. Nah, he's not the best. I mean, if we're going that route, I think Shawn Michaels is the best. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No
in
one ever
terms,
accused Austin of being a technician. Like, he
no,
came out, he knew what his gimmick was. He stomped. He had moves. He did a spine buster or a press or whatever. He wasn't completely inept, but yeah, he was not a barn burner technical wrestler like Flair or the list goes on. But it wasn't really his thing.
yeah, no. So yeah, but in terms of popularity, there's no disputing that he is one of the best. But in terms of in ring, yeah, that's debatable. So
Yeah.
I can respect that opinion. Hard question, which theme song? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the indies, so I'm just gonna say KO's theme by default.
I do like KO's theme. His old one's wicked though. But the very yeah, that's such a wishy washy answer. Well, it is tough. I like Stino slightly better.
Okay, I would have to listen to that then. And
There you go. Check it out.
then I'll give you my thoughts in the comments.
Perfect. So that being said, folks, don't forget out now. We did the Triple H retirement show. We covered Triple H's announcement. We talked about what it means and how he feels and why it all came about. And also, don't forget tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw, the go home Raw before Mania. Will, are we at all excited?
Yeah, I mean, it should be a good week. It's gonna be the start of a good week, and they're gonna have to give it their all. Or Monday Night Raw, and you see on the heading on the top there, who will show up? It's like, are we gonna get Cody? Are we gonna get Austin? We're definitely not getting Veer Mahan. That's April 4th, but
They ruined
but
that for
yeah,
me.
it'll be interesting.
No, it's going to be a crazy night. And obviously, we got Monday Night Raw. It's going to be kicking off Tuesday night. Tuesday night, we have NXT. That's the go home show for Stand and Deliver. What will Dolph have in store? What will everyone else have in store? Leading into their storylines as they get to that pay per view. We come back with a Dynamite. I expect fireworks on Dynamite, buddy. I expect
Yeah,
a
no.
debut. I expect something blowing up. I expect something on
Actually, no, I
Dynamite.
think there is a debut with the Owen Hart tournament
Yes,
qualifier with the
that's true.
bunny and
Against
then they said there's going to be someone else that they signed facing the bunny to qualify for
yes,
the tournament. So yeah.
Ember Moon or Tony?
Uh I want to see Tony. I mean, not
Yeah,
Tony, Ember Moon. Sorry.
Amber. Hey, okay.
Especially with that Eclipse finishing move.
Uh,
Uh-huh. But yeah.
that's right. That's going to be one, and I still think. I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm so pumped that the Owen is starting. I think their tournament's going to be done properly and done well. We got Impact. We got Joey Janela's Spring Break on Thursday. So if you like both, tune in. Friday's just a cluster. We got so much going on. We got the Super Show of Honor, SmackDown, Rampage, Hall of Fame, so much more. And then we hit the weekend, 2 12-hour shows, the Wrestling for Life, WrestleMania
Extravaganza.
starts on Thursday, ends on Sunday. And if we're still alive, we'll be smiling. So, Will, that's another week for the power rankings. Anything else
Yes.
you'd like to add?
I just want to say, oh, there you go. You read my mind. Subscribe today and join the family, leave your thoughts and opinions, and just interact as well. We got the podcast coming. We got the news every day with LJ. We have Chris and you with the memory lane. We have all sorts of stuff planned. And of course, this week it's going to be one hell of a cluster in your words. But
Like it.
yeah, so if you guys love opinions, if you guys love a couple buddies just sitting down talking about wrestling, then you come to the right place. There's no place better. So yeah, that's it for me. It's another power rankings in the books, and of course we got more stuff coming. So get ready, get some popcorn, get your friends, get your mama, and let's join the fam.
Somebody call my mama. Yeah, that's right. Well, we are going to be rocking all week long. All week, we bring you our breaking news. Check it out. LJ's rocking along. Like Will just listed everything. We are going to have so much fun this week. Show us some love. Tell some friends. Pull some people over to our channel. They are not going to want to miss out this week. We are going to be rolling. That is it. That is the power rankings. AEW Dynamite still number one.
Yes.
See what happens next week. Tune in, folks. And until then, we will see you on the flip side. Bye.